Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma. Our heroes today are going to be EXPERTSVonIvan, playing for the Soviets. And we have SturmTigerAlastor, playing for the Germans. So, Kholodny Ferma, it's been a while. I know I was on a binge of Simoski winner, but well, don't worry guys, we'll be back on Simoski in no time. So anyways, we see SturmTigerAlastor going for the standard, getting himself his tier 1, and he is building an MG first. So, interesting opening, we'll see what he does with that. And we have Von Ivan going for tier 0 conscript opening like most Soviets would do. So, nothing out of the ordinary there, we'll see how it goes, well. Anyways, we see Von Ivan focusing on the southern side, sending both his combat engineers and his conscript squads to the center. Combat engineers did capture the point out front and then going for the cutoff point that is usually harassed most of the times in this map. And then both units are going down south. Conscripts using URA to move across the field a little bit faster. Combat engineers getting that fuel point, and the conscripts probably going to go for the center on the munitions and going to get some cover on that truck. They are going to meet those pioneers in the center. Pioneers decide to, back up and move away from that because they are not going to be able to win against those conscripts, especially conscripts in heavy cover. MG42 was capturing this point, is actually still capturing this point, just moving up a little bit forward, setting up an angle just to cover in case those conscripts decide to go a little bit aggressive. We also have second MG42 up in the north, capturing that fuel point, follow up by a third MG42. So, interesting strategy by SturmTigerAlastor, very popular strategy, I guess you could say, in the previous patch, but the MG42s have been rebalanced in this latest patch and are not as effective as they previously were, so it's quite a risk to go that heavily on the support weapons, but, well, we'll see how it turns out. So anyways, Pioneers basically stand off here with the conscripts. We see the combat engineers capturing the southern point and then going over to harass these Pioneers. Conscripts are probably going to move at the same time, and the MG42 decided to pack up and is no longer actually covering those Pioneers. It does set up eventually, but only now manages to get a burst on those conscripts, forcing those Pioneers off of the field. Two MG42s though opening up on those conscripts, a lot of firepower being dealt to them. One man goes down, doesn't manage to actually get himself up and run away, while the rest of the squad is running quite fast. Combat engineers though taking this chance to capture that victory point. Up in the north we do see conscripts, and I believe it should be another conscript squad, yeah. So we have a 4 conscript opening for Von Ivan, while we have a 4 MG opening for SturmTiger. So we'll see how that works. Combat engineers getting caught in the open by that MG42, but not before they manage to get a cap on that point. Up in the north, we see the conscripts getting pinned down by that MG42. They are completely pinned, so they are going to start taking a lot of damage, needing to retreat, and there they go. Down to 4 men. Are they actually going to lose one more? No, they managed to retreat with the rest of their squad mates intact. So it'll be interesting to see what the follow-up is to this type of strategy. Probably going to be seeing some tech coming up by SturmTigerAlastor. Pioneers going to the center victory point, trying to cap that while the conscripts are going around them and going to potentially decap this point. No, they decide to actually turn around and go for the north. They might actually be able to capture this point, and if they capture this point, it works the same as the cutoff that we have down here, but it is less accessible as you would normally expect. Conscripts though just hiding around. The MG42 is going south and is actually going to get caught by that conscript squad. Conscript squad though is not moving into position to try to get a flank on it. MG42 though does decide to retreat because even if it had this chance to deploy with the increased damage that those support weapons do take now, they were actually going to have a high chance of getting wiped out. MG42 is all over the place, pinning down those conscript squads. Another conscript squad is pinned down to 4 men. Is going to start taking a lot of damage now, down to 3. Needs to get out of there, down to 2. He is focused on the right-hand side, getting these conscripts behind this other MG42, but he is risking losing this squad. Thankfully, though, it is... No, it's still getting shot at. Down to one man. Is he actually going to lose that squad? Does hit retreat and manages... Nope. Ends up actually getting the entire squad killed. Slow reaction time there by Von Ivan, but he was focused here on the micro-ring of these squads, trying to get the flank on this MG42. MG42 did pack up and is now putting the hurt on this conscript squad. Two MG42s opening up on it, down to 5-man, got pinned down, and the other conscript squad is going to stay at range, trying to, well, hold the line. So it's very difficult now for Von Ivan. He is having to replace that lost conscript squad, and is actually now up to 5 conscript squads in total. Still no tech here for SturmTigerAlastor. He did retreat his Pioneer squad. We will see if he decides to get himself another building. Conscripts in the center are now going to get opened up on by the MG42. They do get suppressed. Combat Engineer squad does try to go in for the flank, but gets mauled right in front of them. Flamethrower upgrade does activate, but barely manages to make out alive with his 1-man. Conscript squad in the center does get pinned down and is going to start taking a lot of damage. There is no squad in the area to provide, you know, support, so it needs to get out of there, and it does. Still at 6-man. Do we actually see medics? No, we still don't have. Whoop, sorry. Medics. My brain needed some oxygen and forced me to yawn. Conscripts jumping into the house. So Von Ivan is having a pretty tough time of this right now. There's too many MG42s all over the place, and we now see a half-track being called in by SturmTigerAlastor. Well, not called in, but produced, you know. It'll be hitting the field in a little while. MG42 up in the north, being quite annoying to these conscripts. Conscripts do... I'm not sure if they actually managed to cap that or it was already capped for them, but, well, forced retreat, not going to be able to do much. 2 conscript squads going into the center. They are going to get caught by that MG42, and they are a little bit too clumped up. Need to spread out if they want to have a chance. Nice shot goes in by the front guys, getting the gunner down, allowing... Ooh, very nice. Wow, this MG42 got mauled right in front of its arc of fire. The conscripts managed to kill the gunners every single time they actually try to take a shot. But this conscript squad down south is now pinned down, getting shot at by 2 MG42s. It is going to go down. I don't think he's going to be able to stay alive. He needs to get out. It does hit retreat. Is it actually going to make it out of there alive? Ooh, just barely. Von Ivan did go for the doctrine to give him the guards rifle and the hit the dirt. Hit the dirt is going to be quite useful against these MG42s, allowing him to not get pinned down or suppressed. But with the conscripts now unable to move, the half-track with the flamethrowers goes to town on them, kills pretty much all of them, and only 1 guy makes it out alive. Conscripts in the center are down to 3 men and are going to stay in that position for a while. Molotov tries to go in onto the MG42, but falls a little bit short. It is going to do some damage to the gunner, but it is going to simply just pack up and move to a different position. Pioneers in the north capturing those victory points, putting the hurt on Von Ivan as far as victory points goes, but it's pretty much even at this point. Not a lot that you can think of or expect at the 8-minute mark. Conscripts rushing into the house, trying to prevent those MG42s from pinning them down, but they are going to be susceptible, very susceptible to that flamethrower. There we go. Half-track opens up with both flamethrowers, instantly killing 4 of those men. They need to get out of there. 1 more burst goes in, burns 1 more guy. Actually his retreat, but he is going to get burned on the path, on the retreat path, and I don't think he's going to make it. And there he goes. Catches fire, runs for his life, but another flame burst just instantly incinerates him. And another conscript squad lost for Von Ivan. This is very difficult for him now. Von Ivan did decide to go for... Oh, wait. I thought he went tier 2, but no. He actually got that MG42, so nice pickup there for him. He went tier 1, tier 3, so he's probably going to get himself either a T-34 or a T-70. T-70 wouldn't be a bad choice, especially because of the high... infantry killing capabilities that it has. It would be very useful against those MG42s, and still very useful against the half-track. So wouldn't be a bad choice, but I think he is gonna wait for the T-34. I don't know. We'll see. Stolen MG42 for Von Ivan, getting caught by that half-track. Conscripts do hoorah in. Probably gonna go throw an 18-8. We do not have 18-8s upgraded. So it was just a bluff. Very nice bluff though. The half-track does decide to back off. But it notices that, hey, I haven't gotten 18-aided, so I'm just going to stay here at range and burn everything. MG42 does take a nice or very big hit. And we heard a Faust of some sort? What is that? Oh, okay. So I was thinking it was the Soviets. Never mind. Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Strikes already on the field, so T-70 is actually going to have a little bit of a hard time against those, but it can kite them at range and pick them off if they, decide to chase him to try to get a shot in. So not a bad choice either way. We don't have any Grenadiers, so the T-70 doesn't have to worry about getting Fausted. And we also see that we have a lot of MG42s down. What has happened? What is going on? Do we have some in the car? Oh. Because I see here that we only have 2 MG42s left. We know that we lost one, or SturmTigerAlastor lost one to Von Ivan. But yeah, he actually has another one now. So T-70 hitting the field in force, going for the half-track. He's actually going to be able to get a kill on the half-track if he continues to pursue. There is nothing nearby to help it. Half-track does have bed 2, giving him that reduced damage taken, so he's going to be able to tank it for a little while, but T-70 is eventually going to be able to kill it. And there we go. Half-track is now down, so nice pickup there for Von Ivan. Von Ivan must be feeling very good at this point for getting that kill. The Shreks are going to be quite annoying, but with the PPSHs on the conscripts and the Molotovs plus the T-70 shooting at range, those, Panzer Grenadiers are going to have a tough time. However, we now have a Panzer IV on the field for SturmTigerAlastor, so that is going to easily counter that T-70. T-7 needs to pretty much be aware of it before it actually catches it on the open, and it is not aware of it. It now realizes, oh shit, there's a Panzer IV. Takes a shot. Second shot is going to bring him very close to death. He does manage to mask himself. The conscripts are still not equipped with anti-tank grenades, and the Panzer IV is simply going to chase that T-70. It has actually missed some shots. It is down to half health, though. I don't think it's going to make it out alive. One more shot goes in, and there goes the T-70. So the T-70, though, I think it did, almost pay for itself. It did get rid of that pesky half-track with the flamethrower upgrade. Obviously, SturmTigerAlastor can build another one, but, it's going to cost him. And we now have 2 MG42s for Von Ivan, so yeah, he did actually manage to clear one more MG42 and get it for himself. Molotov goes in onto this MG42. They decide to stop a little bit and look at the fire. It was a little bit interesting, quite amazing. But we now have a Panzer IV on inside the enemy base for Von Ivan. Not a lot he can do against it. He doesn't have 18-8s to even counter it. He's probably going to wait for a guards rifle call in to at least try to harass it. And we see a strafing run on this conscript squad. Conscript squad getting mauled by that plane. But we now have Von Ivan being able to capture pretty much the rest of the map. He has now gained the advantage by getting himself 3 MG42s, so he must be very, very satisfied with that. And still, that Panzer IV in his base is quite annoying. And if no response is given, he's actually going to lose his tier 3 and lose the capability to build anything. Well, armor-wise. Conscript squad heading back to the base of Panzer IV notices, oh, hey, look, it's only one man. I'm just going to go and kill it. And there we go. Conscript squad lost for Von Ivan, so still a lot less than he can do. We do finally have the upgrade for anti-tank grenades, but I don't think it's going to be able to stop his tier 3 from going down. So what can Von Ivan do in this situation? Well, he is taking this opportunity to pretty much capture the rest of the map. MG42 that got stolen is getting cleared up, and yeah, there we go. Nice victory there for SturmTigerAlastor. He does manage to clear out the MG42 that was stolen, so he can pick it up again, although he would have to use his Panzer Grenadiers to do so, and probably not the best idea. Tier 3 now down for Von Ivan, so he doesn't have the ability to call in anything other than Guards Rifle, which he does. Guards Rifle are going to start picking away at that Panzer IV, but, well, they are going to be in a little bit of a pickle there. Conscript squad at full strength does retreat and can actually get a nice nade in there if the Panzer IV doesn't back off. It does start to back off. It is getting buttoned by those Guards Rifle. but it manages to just back off the range of the button and just simply keep on harassing. And it's just going to go around. There's a second Panzer IV on the field now for SturmTigerAlastor, so he could actually keep the base pin with these tanks going. Conscript Squad is going to go for the northern side, going to try to stop these caps. There's still an MG42, another MG42 still on the field that was the one that was stolen. There is a Pioneer Squad for, although it is very low in health, for SturmTigerAlastor, which you could use to get those squads. MG42 in this house is going to prevent some capping around the area, but it's not going to be excessively good at it. Super long-range 18-8 goes in. It actually manages to crit on the engine on this Panzer IV, doing a little bit of damage. It's about 60% health. Combat engineers having to retreat through everything. 2 tanks, an MG42 getting actually pinned. And there he goes. One shot by the Panzer IV. Eliminates that combat engineer squad, so quite unfortunate for Von Ivan. Von Ivan still pushing forward, but is now getting pinned down by that MG42. These conscripts are going to get a lot of damage onto them if they don't back off. Guards rifle, though, again getting suppressed by that MG42, are doing some damage with their rifles, forcing those Panzer IVs off, so at least a very needed respite for Von Ivan, but it's looking pretty bad, especially since he lost his tier 3. He's not able to call in any tanks, and with the doctrine that he shows, he can't even use any doctrinal call-ins for armor. If he hadn't gone for the guards motor one, that would allow him to call in those T-3485s maybe. Nice pickup though there. He actually manages to clear out another MG42, so down to 1 MG42 for SturmTigerAlastor. There's still this MG42 over here on the ground, which he can use. Von Ivan is going to pick up this MG42 and probably send it back to base. Sending all his infantry over to the north, it looks like. Gonna try to cap those 2 points. North is a little bit more valuable in that sense because it has... Well, actually, no, sorry. I was thinking about the winter version. Still, I mean, he does have the capability of capturing these points. He has that captured MG42 and could actually pick up another one, which would not help him a lot against the armor, especially because, well, it doesn't do any damage. But it will allow him to, keep these positions like this where he is forcing that infantry to stay at bay or, just get away. Especially like this one, we have an MG42 just covering this approach, catches those Panzer Grenadiers, burst goes in, forces those Panzer Grenadiers off, and there they go, back on the retreat. So with those stolen MG42s, which he can even just sacrifice and just leave them there until they get cleared out, which isn't the best idea, but it's an option. He is basically forcing or keeping his side of the map, even if, SturmTigerAlastor has the advantage as far as armor. And yeah, so far, Von Ivan doesn't have much else that he can do, so he's going to call in another guards rifle, increasing his anti-tank capabilities. Another MG42 cleared out by Von Ivan, so there are no longer any MG42s on the field for him to worry about. All he needs to do is basically retreat them and even reinforce them. He got another one over here, which he is sending very far forward. There's a Opel Blitz that could get taken out. He's going to put this MG42 right in the house, and that is a great option to do if you don't care about that MG42 and just want to use it against the enemy and don't care if you lose it. You put it in a house, and if the house collapses or the squad gets cleaned out, that's pretty much one of the only ways that the support weapons get lost. Guards rifle going into the house, using it to do some damage on these Panzer IVs, but they are getting harassed by those Panzer Grenadiers, and they end up losing one of their PTRS rifles, not what Von Ivan wants. But SturmTigerAlastor hasn't actually noticed that they dropped it. He could have picked it up with his Panzer Grenadiers, but nope, he decided not to do that. MG42 squad decapping this point, Panzer Grenadier getting brought down to 1 man. So now we are going to have an MG42 very far forward, denying the entire side over there. Pioneers do go around though to cap the point, but it's still going to be quite harassive and annoying for SturmTigerAlastor to try to get out of his base. He pretty much only has those tanks out on the field, and he's using those to cap. Guards rifles. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Barely getting reinforced. Not a lot of manpower left for Von Ivan at this point, but he is being very smart about this situation and using his units, his superior infantry forces, basically, to just go around the map and cap. Even though he doesn't have any ways to deal with those tanks, he is able to slowly harass them and keep SturmTigerAlastor pretty much pinned down in his base. There's an MG over here. You have an MG over here. Have an MG in the base, which again, I don't think he minds if he loses, as long as SturmTigerAlastor doesn't actually benefit from it. I think he's very fine with that. So yeah, we'll actually prove the theory here, whether it's right or not. Down to one man. Nade goes in, doesn't actually manage to kill it. It is pinning down the squad, and there we go. Squad is killed, and as far as we can tell, let's take a look around the entire house. Yeah, look, the MG42 is there, but it's no longer there. It's not a weapon that can be picked up. So yeah, that's one of the few ways that you can how do we say this? Guarantee that you can get rid of the weapon, even if the unit kills it. I mean, even if your enemy kills it, because otherwise, like in this situation, if they kill this support weapon, they can still pick it up and, you know, use it against you later on. So anyways, still a lot of harassment going on all over the map. This Panzer IV is quite annoying. It has done a lot of damage now. 20 kills and 1 vehicle kill plus 2 buildings destroyed. And that is the one that killed the tier 3 for Von Ivan. It now has Vet 2, giving him those armored skirts, reducing the damage taken, so it's going to be quite annoying for Von Ivan to take down. He has actually lost a guards rifle squad at one point. This squad actually only has 1 PTRS rifle. We see that this one did get picked up, but it looks like the squad might have actually gotten wiped out. So, very interesting game. Not your usual type of game that you see, especially with the taking out of that. But, well, Von Ivan says, well, since we got our tier 1 and we lost our tier 3, let's go ahead and build tier 4. And he's getting himself an Su-85. Su-85 is going to be the armor counter that he needs against these Panzer IVs, but with 2 Panzer IVs, especially one with Vet 2, it is going to be quite difficult for that lone Su-85 to kill them, but he is going to be able to push a little bit easier. 18-8 goes by those conscripts, but it doesn't actually manage to crit on that increased defense on the Panzer IV. Guards rifle getting shot at by the Panzer IV, gonna do some damage to it, but again, this guards rifle only has 1 PTRS rifle left, so it doesn't do a lot of damage. Still, a lot of damage going down. MG42 gonna go ahead and pop back into the house, be very annoying, and securing or assuring that if he loses it, he is gonna lose the entire one. MG42 also on this house, defending pretty much the rest of the territory. Nice nade goes in, collapses the house, but again, MG42 was in the house, not outside of the house. So we have another entire MG42 lost to the battlefield. And at this point, it wouldn't be a bad idea for Von Ivan to keep MG42s. I mean, there are 4 Panzer Grenadier squads that he has to deal with, but those Panzer IVs are the main threat, really. So he wants to focus his manpower and PopCap in killing those Panzer IVs rather than reinforcing MG42s. So, not a bad thing. And, yeah, fighting all over the place, capping all over the place. Oh, yeah. One thing that you want to keep in mind when laying down mines is it would be a nice idea to queue up a command for those engineers, because we saw here combat engineers lay down a mine in a very nice position, but Panzer IV caught them right there. One shot goes in, detonates the mine, blows up the entire squad. So quite unlucky there for Von Ivan. Engagement in the center, Panzer Grenadiers against PPSH Vet 2 conscripts. So the conscripts are actually going to win that fight quite easily with their increased firepower and increased durability. Up north we see MG42 and a conscript squad going over to try to stop the capping by this squad. MG42 in the house opens up on these Panzer Grenadiers, actually manages to force the retreat. They actually lose 1 man on the retreat, but they will be fine. Conscripts capturing the point, while the MG42 that got stolen is going to capture that fuel point and basically cover the entire approach. Look at that angle. Nothing can actually come in this direction without getting shot by that MG42. Conscripts capturing the strategic point in front of the enemy base. If they actually go down and capture this one, they could actually cut off the entire territory. Combat Engineer Squad getting shot at by 2 Panzer IVs. Su-85 in the field taking some shots at Pioneers. Pioneers are going to be able to retreat through that. Guards Rifle there to support. Again, this is the less impressive Guards Rifle because they don't have those both of their PTRS rifles, and they don't actually have the DP light machine guns. And here we go, we got Blitzkrieg by, very nice hit of a mine there. Very lucky, does heavy engine damage, and the Su-85s should be able to actually clear him out. The Panzer IV is moving into the zone to try to support his buddy that got owned by that mine, but the Su-85 is still capable of retreating and keeping that Panzer IV in his sights. There he goes, he's going to force Panzer IV to have to stop in that shrub. Backs off even more, takes one more shot goes in, one more shot should actually finish off that Panzer IV, and nope, actually misses, but a second Su-85 is now on the field for Von Ivan, so it's pretty much all he needed. Still, didn't actually need it, this Su-85 goes in to finish it. Another Panzer IV on the field, gets another engine damage by another mine, so very aggressive, very nice mining there by Von Ivan. Actually, pretty much turns the game around for him, because otherwise these Panzer IVs would have been able to overwhelm this single one before the second one got onto the field. And we now see all armor is dead for SturmTigerAlastor, so very nice turnaround by Von Ivan. He manages to get those Panzers, or those Su-85s on the field and deal with all 3 Panzers at the same time. None of them make it out alive, and yeah, all he has to deal with now is 3 Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers are currently being harassed by this Su-85. Su-85s here don't have much to worry about. These Panzer Grenadiers don't currently have any Panzer Shreks. Don't know if they're upgrading any of, but it's going to be a while. Panzer Grenadiers with the Panzer Shreks, though, do move into the zone and open up on this Su-85. Su-85 is now very low in health, is going to back off and probably going to head back to base. And, well, a lot of losses went on during this fight, as we can now see that Von Ivan is now down to 2 conscript squads, although both of them are Vet 2, so that's going to give them a nice advantage there against these Panzer Grenadiers. Still has those MG42s, though, which are going to be quite annoying. This MG42 is still in this zone, protecting this area, and this MG42 is going to move over and probably capture this point, I would assume. So the Panzer Grenadiers are a little bit threatening right now as far as the infantry. The conscripts would actually have to be together to overwhelm them. We do have a Guards Rifle that got called in. This one actually now has the... No? Yeah, it has both PTRSs and a DP Light Machine Gun upgrade already done. Wait. Yes or no? Actually have a DP Light Machine Gun, but what does it say here? Requires must be in territory already upgrade. Oh. Okay, weird. There he goes. No, I don't know what's going on with that. It looks a little bit weird, but whatever. Anyways, MG42 in front of the enemy base, just capturing territory. Flips around to try to catch that infantry, but the Panzer Grenadiers do go for a flank. These are the Panzer Grenadiers with the Panzer Shreks, though, so they don't have that much anti-infantry capabilities. Should be able to kill this entire squad, though, if they throw a Bundle Nade. There it goes. Bundle Nade goes in. Very nice damage, down to 2 men, and with the Stormgewehrs that they have, they should be able to clear it out. Actually, the Panzer Shreks end up killing one of the guys. Another barrage goes in, but the MG42 is actually going to make it out alive. So, lucky break there for Von Ivan. Unfortunate for SturmTigerAlastor. Still has to deal with his stolen MG42. Down south, we see the infantry just going around capping, making sure that territory is, well, in Von Ivan's possession, and primarily denying fuel for SturmTigerAlastor, so he can't actually call in much. We do see a pack gun that was produced for SturmTigerAlastor to try to keep those Su-85s at bay. But the Su-85s don't actually care much. There's one in front of the base and the other one there getting repaired. There isn't anything on the field for the Su-85s to do other than take shots from the Panzer Shreks. So, might as well, he's just going to keep him in the base and send them back into the field if he sees any armor. So in the meantime, Von Ivan is going to start producing more infantry to have higher capping capabilities. So a conscript squad does get called in. And yeah, pretty much just the territory getting capped. We do see Panzer Grenadiers all over the field, just going around recapping territory. MG42 did get reinforced over here. Still not on the field. We still have this one at 3 men, just holding out in this house. This one is going to make it quite annoying for, well, pretty much anything. little bit of wire could actually help Von Ivan in this situation, you know, cutting off some approaches, forcing those Panzer Grenadiers to go through some areas so that they get pinned down by that MG42, like for example, wire across this. Still can go around, but if he just sends him straight, it could actually force, you know, pathing to go in his favor, but, well, not what he's thinking about right now, really. Vanilla Conscript's going to throw a Molotov right on top of these Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers are going to retort with their own bundle nade. A lot of damage going on top of these conscripts. They actually do manage to force a retreat on that Panzer Grenadier squad. Second Panzer Grenadier squad, Vet 2 with Shreks, is actually going to do a lot of hurt on this conscript squad, down to one man, and actually gets taken out completely, but does at the end force a retreat on this Panzer Grenadier squad. Up north, Panzer Grenadiers are forced off of the field again by shock troops, or not shock troops, conscripts, which could also almost be shock troops. I mean, that is a Vet 3 conscript, which increases so much on the durability, and with PPSHs, you know, are pretty much equivalent, I guess you could say. Still no medics for Von Ivan at this point of the game. Yeah, I guess he's not very fond of them, but he is. He has been lacking, I guess you could say, manpower throughout the game. Guards Rifle did get killed off in the map, in the center of the map over here for Von Ivan, losing one of his PTRS rifles in the process. A Vet 3 conscript squad wouldn't mind picking that up, I think. We'll see what happens. Vet 2 one would also, you know, be okay if he decides to go with that. So, Von Ivan is pretty much in a very superior position right now. He has his two Su-85s to counter any type of armor that is called in, and we see that SturmTigerAlastor decides to call in another Panzer IV. I do not agree in the least with this decision. I mean, I guess he could do a small push with the pack, but really? I mean, where is the pack anyways? Can't even find a pack. Here it is. Okay, so anyways, engagement up in the north. Panzer Grenadiers chasing away that conscript squad. Gonna recapture a little bit of the north. Down to the south, we see the Vet 2 conscripts getting chased away by two Panzer Grenadier squads. One of them actually has a DP light machine gun, so quite a nice firepower upgrade there for those Panzer Grenadiers. It is a little bit more static, but, well, you know, not a bad thing. Von Ivan continuing his efforts to supermine everything, so it's gonna be quite nice. And yeah, I mean, I guess this is okay-ish, pushing forward with the pack gun and the Panzer IV at the same time. It's gonna give SturmTigerAlastor that anti-armor capabilities in the front, but I would have probably picked at this situation, considering, you know, he has two Su-85s, if you want armor going for, you know, either waiting for the Tiger, which isn't exactly, you know, the best, or a Panther, which is also another option. But, well, we'll see how this works out for him. So anyways, Panzer Grenadiers in the north just capturing territory, getting that victory point. Stopping the drain, I mean, it is starting to get a little bit desperate for SturmTigerAlastor. He is down to 130 points, while Von Ivan still has 370 in his name. Guards Rifle going for a little bit of a flank here, getting behind this Panzer IV, opening up a little bit on them, doing some damage. But they are surrounded or right on top of Panzer Grenadiers, doing a lot of damage to them, down to 3 men. Is Von Ivan actually going to lose another Guards Rifle? I'm not sure why he's sacrificing them so often. They do hit retreat, down to 2 men, but 2 Panzer Grenadier squads are going to do a lot of damage. Managed to get a full kill on the squad on the retreat, so yeah, not sure what Von Ivan was trying to do there. But another loss on another Guards Rifle. So Guards Rifles just can't seem to stay alive in this game, so we'll see what happens. Center of the map, MG42 that got stolen is being supported by this engineer squad. Down south, we have a brand new conscript squad with PPSHs going up against the Vet 2 Panzer Shrek equipped Panzer Grenadiers. You would think the Panzer Grenadiers would lose out because of those Panzer Shreks, but with that Vet 2, they are so good. So good. Molotov goes in right on top of all the infantry, actually forcing the retreat on those Panzer Grenadiers, so these conscripts actually managed to get a small victory there. They probably will be able to capture this point before they are forced off. There is another Panzer Grenadier squad coming into the sector, but yeah, I mean, they are going to be able to at least decap it. Let's see if they can actually manage to get the cap. Panzer Grenadiers are going through the flank, maybe expecting that there might have been an MG42. And Von Ivan continually to aggressively mine, so quite nice there, quite nice on the mining. We actually see the Panzer IV in the center. It might actually run into some of these mines. Conscripts do throw another Molotov on this Panzer Grenadier squad, but they are forced off. They do manage to get out of there alive, though. 2 mines going into this zone. Grenadiers are going to be able, combat engineers are going to be able to finish the placing of the mines because these Panzer Grenadiers got pinned down by this MG42. 2 more conscript squads, Panzer Grenadier squads, and the Panzer IV goes into the center, opens up, takes a nice shot onto the gunner. Panzer Grenadiers clear out one of the mines. One of the men on this squad decides to sacrifice himself for the Panzer IV and takes one for the team. MG42 is going to get cleared off, but we now have the Su-85s moving into the zone. Do we have any Panzer Shreks on these Panzer Grenadiers? No. These are 3 Panzer Grenadier squads that do not have Panzer Shreks, so these Su-85s really don't have much to worry about. Obviously, there is the pack covering the approach, so very nice there, but the conscripts do move into for the flank. Panzer Grenadiers are out of position. They're not going to be able to clear or stop these conscripts in time. Pack gun does get forced off and is retreating, but this allows the Su-85s to actually get into the zone if they want to. And here we go. The conscripts do manage to clear out that pack gun. So let's see if Von Ivan decides to go forward with his Su-85s. And he does. He's actually going to go for it. And at the very least, he's probably... Nope. The conscripts do decide to actually take that pack gun. It's going to turn it around, open up on the enemy base and the Panzer IV. And there goes the Su-85s. Su-85s moving in for the kill. Nice barrage goes in. 2 hits. Almost instantly kills that Panzer IV. And 1 more shot should actually do it. They aren't in a nice angle to be able to do so. The pack gun, though, is in a nice angle to do so. Can he actually get the kill? Yeah, the pack gun actually ends up getting the kill. Su-85s are going to back off now. The Panzer Shreks are going to open up on them and do some damage. If he can follow this up with some infantry support on the pack gun, he can actually pin SturmTigerAlastor to his base and deal the killing blow, I think. But no, he's actually going to decide to back off. He could have taken this opportunity to, return the favor and clear out some of his base sectors things. But, enemy buildings. But he decides not to do so. MG42 in the house. No, actually not in the house. It's over here on the north. Catches both Panzer Grenadier squad in a bad spot and forces the retreat. So the Su-85s do back off. They are being covered or covering this conscript squad. Pack gun does move away. It's simply going to set up in the middle of the map and capture that victory point. Don't think Von Ivan cares too much about that pack gun since he has those Su-85s. And Guards Rifle in the south. A brand new Guards Rifle getting called in. Also capturing territory. We'll see if this Guards Rifle actually has a little bit more luck compared to his other friends. And we actually have 2 Guards Rifle on the field. Pioneers harassing this Pack 40 or Pack gun, whatever. Pack gun retreating in a nice angle where it forces... Oh my god. Oh wait, these Pioneers actually have a Minesweeper, so the conscripts are going to have to be the one to force them away. They are trying to actually clear out that pack gun, but they are going to run into those conscripts, which are going to force them off the field, and there they go. Panzer Shrek equipped Grenadiers and Grenadiers with DP light machine guns are going to face off against these Guards Rifle. Guards Rifle are probably going to throw a nade. No, they aren't actually going to throw a nade. MG42 is probably going to get recruited by this conscript squad, I would assume. Yeah, there it goes. And it's going to immediately open up on these Panzer Grenadiers. Grenade goes on top of the Panzer Shrek equipped ones, but it actually misses. And Molotov going right on top of these Panzer Grenadiers and forcing them off. So these Vet 3 Panzer Grenadiers are quite stubborn, quite durable, and actually managed to clear out that MG42. And here come 2 more Panzer Grenadier squads. Gonna probably kill off, yeah, or force off at least, that Guards Rifle. Nice Molotov goes in right on top of both squads. Instantly incinerates 2 of the men on this squad. Down to 1 man, manages to retreat. Another man catches fire while running through the fire. And down to 2 men here. Conscript squad at 3 men, though, are going to... I think the Panzer Grenadiers are actually going to win this one. No, they are down to 1 man, so I think the conscripts are going to win. There they go, forcing off that squad. And there's another conscript squad at Vet 3 in the north, there for support. So I think there's not much else that SturmTigerAlastor can actually do. He is now going to be triple capped down to 12 points. So Von Ivan has actually done it. He still has his 2 Su-85s up in the north. Not much that SturmTigerAlastor can do to retort. Down to 8 point. He is going for the center, trying to stop that cap. He is stopping that cap, but he's still being double ticked every tick. There he goes. 4, 2, and not enough. 0. So there we go. Game over for SturmTigerAlastor. Very nice play by Von Ivan. I can only imagine that it was quite frustrating at the very start. That MG42 spam was quite annoying, but you can see there that it isn't impossible to win against it, especially after the balance changes that were made. I can only imagine how ridiculous that must have been in the previous patch when MG42s were able to insta-pin with that bulletin upgrade if you had it. But anyways, regardless, that is in the past, and this game was pretty interesting. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description below. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.